Hey, I got it.
You did get it. Good. Okay, so
All right.
nice to see you guys. So
Yeah, you too.
thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to talk to you. So I do have questions for you, and then if there's anything else you guys want to add, I mean, obviously interject.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we actually saw you with the Cheats and Handsome Dick Manitoba at Smiling Moose a few months ago. We met Greta briefly. I don't know if you
Yes.
remember. You remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay. And that was a great show. You guys had a lot of energy and a lot of really good songs. So really excited that you're coming back to Pittsburgh. You're going to
Thank
do that
you.
Rock for Life on the 4th of July with, let me think, Borsal Boys, Royal Honey, Rattlebones, and One Eye Daddies
Yeah.
at the Penn Brewery. So that'll be cool. But
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it
our
won't
set.
be 90 some degrees when you get here. So,
I hope not.
all right, crazy. It's really crazy. So you guys have a new album out, correct? Or you're putting one out called Running the Lines?
That's yeah. Go
You
ahead.
go ahead, Greta.
That's the 7 inch we just put out on
Okay.
I-94 Records. But you can tell them all about the new album, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, it's currently been shopped. It's completed, and there's a few prospects that want to bring it out.
Oh, nice.
So we imagine it will be out within the next 2 months, depending on pressing plant uh, backups. For a while there, it was taking like 6 months to get vinyl, but I think it's down to 6 weeks.
I
Okay.
hope so.
We hope
I know
so.
there's been a resurgence of vinyl and people collecting and buying, and bands have been putting out a lot of vinyl, so maybe that has something to do with that.
It is.
For
And there
sure.
was like a pellet shortage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Interesting.
couldn't even get the raw materials to press vinyl.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who
So
knew?
can you tell us a little bit about your album? Like, where did you record? How you all come up with the music that you come up with, like the lyrics? Is it a process, a group process? Is it someone that comes in with like a hook, some lines?
Well, I can answer that. I generally write everything. Although this new album, there's been a couple collaborations that I'm giving credit to people that either wrote a riff that I wrote a melody to or the hook to, like in some various bands I was in, or just jam sessions with friends over the pandemic. I was doing a lot of writing. I still write a lot. I mean, I'd sometimes on a good week I'll write like 5 or 6 songs in completion.
Wow.
It's a lot to keep up with. And what we did was is we took a couple years worth of songs because we put out our first album, and I we played a ton of shows behind that album with the old lineup, and then when Greta came into the band, the lineup got revamped because I had this like crazy vision, because she was adding so much to the whole color of the songs that it required a little more attention. So another thing I was thinking of was like the three guitar angle, because I played in a band here in Detroit with the singer of the Paybacks, and we had three guitars
Oh,
for,
cool.
and it was super fun. It's still a band, but we're down to two guitars now, and I was like that. Technically, it was a great idea from Wendy because, like, how many albums you listen to, there's almost always three guitars going in the recording
Hmm.
process. So why not deliver live what you do on the record? Was my thought, and we consider Greta to be like the sparkle and the glimmer, because like she's the queen of repetition. Like, because I hear a lot of cyclical riffs that are
Hmm.
repetitive. I'm like, okay, there's this lick that fits the whole way through the song, and she'll just like bite in like a barracuda and play. Like, I show her the lick, she'll figure it out, or she'll write her own lick,
Yeah.
and just pummel it through the whole song, and it's kind of creates like an interesting kind of hypnotic psychedelic effect, but like played in punk rock, which makes
Hmm.
or rock and roll, which makes it even more exciting. And I record the stuff myself. I've got a recording studio. I'm sitting in it right now,
Oh, that's cool.
which doubles as my home. Um, it's basically a hoarded up mess of music gear with a bed in it. Enough space to
You're in the
host.
middle of your creativity.
Yes,
Yes.
I
Well,
only
at
leave.
least you don't have to go anywhere.
Exactly. I only leave to go to work or play gigs. So everything happens in here. But this one, like, because I'm writing the stuff, I'm tracking the stuff,
Mhm.
the whole concept. When it comes time to mix it, I get a little bit funny because I have a tendency to want to bury my own vocals, for example.
Okay.
I really, to quote myself, I'm like, quit yelling at me, because I feel like when I'm mixing my own stuff, I feel like I'm screaming at myself by listening to my
Mhm.
own voice, and it drives me nuts. I hate it. So I had my friend Steven from Amsterdam do the mix, and he did a fantastic job on it. Um, he played a tour with us over in Europe right around when the lineup shifted, and I think that um, it turned out super tight. It's got enough viciousness and pop sensibility to be just dangerous enough. You know, and, which
People love that about music, though. They love that, mystery and danger and drama.
yeah, and it's all like true stories, pretty much. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
not like I'm not like conceptualizing half truths or anything. It's just very hard on the sleeve, and I think that's important. You know, um, to be honest in what you do. Like we're
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
not trying to do something we can't. I mean, we've all been the all of us, with the exception of our bass player, have been in touring bands and have played every basement party, squat house, nightclub,
Uh-huh.
in America and Europe
Oh,
collectively.
wow.
I think if you consider it collectively, we've probably got over 100 years of gigging under our belts,
That's impressive.
and our bass player has 1 year.
Oh, well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Hey, but he's great. He's a great guitar player. He's a team player. That's Greta's son, who just
Oh,
ac-
really?
Yep.
accidentally ended up in the band just by being a wallflower, basically.
Uh,
You know, like, because as the lineup shift happened, like there was people that were supposed to play bass
uh-huh.
and they weren't doing a great job, or one guy
Uh,
didn't even show up to the session.
oh.
And I was like, why don't he was initially only supposed to play one song on the record, or maybe two. It was going to be divvied up between individuals, or I was going to play bass, but he did such a good job. He got the gig,
Mhm.
and he's only been playing bass for a year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Very cool. So let me ask you this. How did you come up with the name The Strains? Does it have significance for you?
It's just because life is such a strain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's no lie. That's for sure. Especially when you're an adult, it seems like.
Yeah,
Wow.
being on the road is a strain. Everything's a strain, but
All right.
and also it's like a kind of a double entendre, because I think that we're infectious in a way. So it
Yeah, for
seemed that
sure. I agree. Absolutely. What bands or artists are you influenced by? I mean, I can infer from listening to your music, but who do you like? Who did you grow up with? Who do you still like?
let's see if you can
Oh God.
guess it.
Okay.
Ah.
Trust me, I probably won't. I don't know deep punk bands like my husband does. I know some. I know some of them obviously because we play them on our show, but yeah, he's like the punk rock aficionado, so I'm sure I won't guess.
I don't
Maybe
want
the
to put you
Ramones, I don't
in.
know.
Well, who doesn't like the Ramones?
Well, I mean, somebody out there doesn't, but I mean,
Well,
obviously the
there's
three of us do, but
whoever doesn't like the Ramones, there's something wrong with them.
right.
They're wrong.
Or maybe they don't know who they are, you know.
So no taste can be wrong except that. No, I mean, to be honest, my favorite bands would be the Stooges, the
Uh-huh.
Saints, the Damned,
Right.
the Wipers,
Yeah, oh yeah. I knew you were gonna say that one.
the Germs. I love the Germs growing up. I like the Electric Eels. I like a lot of Ohio stuff. I like Devo, the Dead
Yeah.
Boys. Um, I mean, Devo's way up there, you know.
They're still around too. I think they've done some touring lately, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they did.
Yeah. Did you guys see them?
No, unfortunately, I
Okay.
have not.
I incidentally I saw them in Santiago, Chile when
Ooh.
I was working for a band as a technician, and they were playing on the same festival as Devo, and that's the first time I saw Devo, and I got to see him really up close
That's cool.
with
That's very cool.
and Josh Freeze was on drums. That guy's a monster.
Wow.
Like he was just crushing it, and they were really nice guys on
Yeah,
top
that's
of
even better.
it. Yeah.
Greta, who do you like and who do you love and who do you listen to?
Oh, I don't know. I might get in trouble for saying some of the bands I like.
No, you won't. What for
I
me?
know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're not good. This is a judgment-free zone.
I know. I'm just joking. No, definitely. I agree on the Wipers. It's definitely one of my favorite bands. I really like Dead Moon a lot. I like The Cure, early Cure. I love
Yeah.
early Cure so much. And then but I tend to go more into the shoegaze land. I love punk, but I kind of ping pong back and forth between punk and shoegaze. Like I love like Silver Sun pickups and stuff like that. I just like music with a lot of layers on it, and like, oh, you can just kind of noodle whatever you want over top of these different things. So I'm kind of all over the place, I guess.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of like old Who, old
Oh yeah.
stuff by the Who. I love that.
Oh yeah.
I grew up on the Beatles because
Oh yes.
we
Top
lived,
10.
yeah, we lived in London twice too, but my auntie sent the records to us, like the 45s when we were little. So that's like all we listened to, that and
Oh,
Disney
that's
long playing
awesome.
records. Yeah, it was cool. I still have the 45s even, but yeah, so I like bands when they're kind of new and fresh and like really like rough, like even rough around the edges, like before somebody like gets a hold of them and like refines them or makes them super poppy. Like I love old Def Leppard, but like after Hysteria, I'm kind of like, and I still love them, but I like it when they're really like raw.
Oh
So
yeah, I agree.
good. I'm glad I'm not the only one because I say that all the time. People are like, you like all the old stuff. I'm like, well,
It was
Well,
better
it's very much
then.
yeah, I just like it. So
that's a pretty traditional viewpoint that a lot of people share. Like it's almost always the first few albums are the best from a band because they're
yeah,
full of piss and vinegar. They haven't been spoiled yet.
or
And
groomed.
yeah, or groomed for that matter. But
Yeah,
the one exception to the rule would be the Beatles. They got better as they went along.
yeah,
Like
they were different all the time, I think. So
yeah. I mean, the first few albums are great, but it's kind of like candy ass. And they started to get
yeah,
they
yeah.
but as soon as they started getting into pot and acid, then things got interesting.
Oh, right, like Sergeant Pepper and yeah, all that.
Well, Revolver is my all-time favorite Beatles
Yeah.
album. Revolver is just great from start to finish. And I don't even want to start the Stones versus the Beatles argument because
I love the Stones too, but I like most of their old stuff too. So
yeah, me too. And the
I
Stones
do.
haven't had a good album since Some Girls, but that's a pretty common.
Okay. I did like now I'm gonna block the name of it now. The one from the 90s I did like where Love is Strong was on it. I can't think of what the title is now, but
Yeah, they
I
had a
think so.
couple good songs going, moving forward from them, but like for as far as albums are concerned,
Yeah.
that start to finish are just back to back hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Emotional Rescue had a couple, was kind of the
I like Emotional Rescue.
last of the classic Stones albums.
I know that I'm like gonna date myself a little bit, but I love You Can't Always Get What You Want because I didn't even watch The Big Chill until I think I was like 19 or something. So a million years ago. But that soundtrack and like You Can't Always Get What You Want with the organ, I was like, what is this? Yeah, I still love that. Every time I hear it, I'm excited to hear it. So like let me ask you this. Why be in a band? Why do the band thing? Like what motivates you? What drives you? What feeds you to keep doing it?
Because we're maniacs.
That's a good answer.
It's the truth. Sometimes I ask myself that question. I'm like, what are you doing? And it's like, I wouldn't say that there's self doubt, but it's like it really is a physically punishing activity to be into.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know, it's
Definitely
good.
touring and playing, sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, I mean, I think if I hadn't been doing this since my teenage years, I might not be doing it at all because I'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man? Don't you want to just be sitting in the backyard, smoking a pipe and watching the sunset?
Yeah, but yes, but at the same time, it's like if I sit around too much, like I get bored. Like live music like kind of feeds, I hate to say it, but it really feeds my soul because, I love music so much and I love bands and, I've been writing about them and doing this thing for so long. It's just like, it seems like if without that, like, I just feel like I'm just a boring adult.
Right. I mean, it's part of your identity, really. I mean,
Absolutely
it's
right.
like,
Absolutely.
what else am I going to do? Okay, I guess I'll go play this crazy weekend run and then, get back to my 9 to 5 on Monday
Right.
through whatever, and then do it
Right. Right. I
again.
mean, I get excited and I look forward to things like that. And I certainly look forward to, seeing bands, not just local or, regional, but national, of course. And, I always say to other bands, musicians, like, I like the whole experience, seeing the live music and the vibe, loving the tunes, hopefully meeting the band later, buying some merch, like that's like the whole experience for me. And I love to like, which is probably why I have a radio show for like 10 years. But it's just I love that and I love being part of that. And I love being part of all that creativity and all that,
Well, we love you being a part of it.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so
We need
nice.
you guys.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you. Well, I mean, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun and it keeps me from being like, I don't know, like, being a person who's over 50 and just boring. So in my personal opinion. But.
Maybe for me, a big part of it is like it's kind of a series of mishaps that lead to having to play live.
Yeah.
For example, it's like I kind of just live to write songs
That's
because
cool.
it's like it's almost like a therapy for me just to, I get the stuff out of me so I'm not
Right.
like
Holding it in.
Angry anymore about a certain thing that happened.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I wrote that. That sounds pretty good. I guess I'm gonna have to record it now. And then I record it, and then I'm like, well, I guess I better put it on something. And then I put it on something. Like, well, I guess we got to play it now to people. It's like it's just kind of like I just kind of stumble through it. You know what I mean? There's never been much of a rhyme or reason to it. And I've in my head I've quit 1,000 times. I'm like, why am I even doing this? I should just be satisfied with writing the song and sending it to a handful of people and calling it a wash.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Oh my God, why is Siri recording me?
Is that your Siri? I thought it was me. I'm like, oh no, what did I hit? It's all right.
Siri's
no big
snooping
deal.
on me. It's like I didn't get that. I was like, I wasn't even talking to you.
You're right. Like you're nappy. What's wrong with you? I mean, so let me ask you this, Greta. Like, I'll ask you first. Like, what do you love about playing? Like, what does that do for you? Like, what positives do you get out of it?
Well, I mean, obviously, like if people are out there, singing along and really getting into it, there's like no other feeling like that. I mean, it's just being able to entertain somebody and letting them forget about their problems, at least briefly, I mean,
For sure.
I feel like that's what it's about, get out there and put out some positive energy and hopefully that becomes infectious.
What about you, Paul? What do you love and what's positive for you about playing or playing out?
I'd say gas station roller wares is my favorite part. The culinary adventures that await on the road.
Oh, okay.
Like
what will I eat today?
Brought to you by
what unhealthy surprises await me today? But no, I have to agree with Greta. It's like the most pleasing thing is to see your Frankenstein's monster,
Yeah.
throwing people down wells and whatnot, or
So
pulling
to
them out
speak.
of wells, or getting burned out of the tower because people don't
Yeah.
like Frankenstein's monster. It's like any reaction is a good reaction, negative,
Right, right.
positive.
Well, at least you know it's Frankenstein's monster, and the monster's not named Frankenstein, because most people do not know that, and it drives me bonkers. I'm like, it's not. That's not the book. So, all right, let me just like wrap up with a couple of last things. So, what advice would you have like for aspiring bands and musicians? Like, what would you say, or would you say don't do it? Would you say find something else?
Some days I might think that.
All right.
I mean, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, and just keep doing it. Or if you're not having a good time, then don't do it.
Right.
Really, it's I think it's that simple. And I mean, obviously, all of us in the band come from a DIY, approach, and that's the best way to get the word out there. And you have to just keep uh, trudging on, and hey, make the connections, network with everybody. It's a long hard road, but it's fun. You've met so many awesome people out there. It's just amazing, because we wouldn't have met them otherwise.
Right. That's true. What about you, Paul?
Make lifelong friends doing this, and
Yeah, that's
for
for sure.
real, it's incredible. My biggest advice is don't be an asshole. Am I allowed to say that? Because I mean, for me, it's like you play with you see a lot of bands, you play with a lot of bands, and the ones that have any staying power are nice,
Yeah, no, that's true.
courteous,
Mhm.
not arrogant.
Right.
It's like they're humble, and that's what makes an impression, not being a snotty, arrogant,
Entitled.
entitled jerk.
Yeah.
Like even if you do make it, don't be that way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you're out here, you got one life. Make an impression and make it a positive one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think sometimes, like in all the years that I've, either interviewed bands to write an article about them or talked to them or met them, like I've only met like one or two people who were I was just like, wow, but the majority of people are happy to talk to you about their music, and they want to promote themselves. And I mean, really, if nobody's going to come see you, nobody's going to buy your merchandise or anything like that, then, the fans are the reason you're kind of out there. So,
Yep.
you do need to like appreciate them as well, and then sometimes I'm sure it can be frustrating sometimes, but, it's just like celebrities, some celebrities are like never have anything to do with any of the public, and I'm sure it's a pain with people wanting pictures and selfies and whatever. But I mean, they're the people that spend the money to see you. So
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And I will never deny talking to somebody or snapping a picture with them,
yeah,
because
right.
it
I
takes
think
a
I
few
came right
seconds
up
out
to
of
you.
my
I was like, I want a picture with her, and I made my girlfriend Stacy take a picture. I'm like, Stacy will take a picture, and she's like, well, I'm
life.
like, you well, thanks.
But look, now we've made this connection, so it's
Right,
awesome.
right, of
Yeah,
course.
it's great.
Absolutely, it's absolutely great. Is there
I
anything
tend
else
to,
you guys want to add? What'd you say,
I,
Paul? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I tend to hide.
Yeah,
It's not because I'm arrogant, it's because I'm painfully shy
yeah,
and a little bit agoraphobic, but I step over my own shadow and will communicate with folks.
yeah. I didn't think that you were like that at all. So you must be doing a good job.
Yeah, I try to get over my phobias.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has some kind of phobia, so for sure. But is there anything else you'd like to add, or other gigs you have coming up, or so when
How
is
much
this
time
album
you
going to?
got?
Well, I've got some time. Uh, if you want to talk about like any other gigs you have coming up this summer, and when do you are you gonna? So you're waiting to see if this album is going to be picked up, right, to release it?
It is picked up.
It is getting picked up. Okay. So do you have a date, or are you waiting on a date for?
We're waiting on a hard release date.
Okay.
I'm trying to find our schedule so I could share a little bit with you, because we're on the summer. We're doing a bunch of weekend runs because it's the busy season for our drummer. He runs a mushroom house tours up in Charlevoix, Michigan.
I don't
So
even know what that means. What's a mushroom house tour?
Mushroom House is like there was this architect in Charlevoix that made a bunch of houses that basically look like giant mushrooms.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he and his wife do tours of these homes.
Yeah.
And summer is their busy season.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
we're trying to keep the heat off of him and we're just doing weekends. So we're hitting Pittsburgh on July 4th. We're
Yep.
playing after the fireworks. So after you see the fireworks, don't go running off now.
What time do you think you guys will be on? Because that'd probably actually work better for me if you're later.
All I know is I saw the lineup and it had the lineup and it said Strains after the fireworks.
Okay, so that's probably like after 9 or something. So
Yeah.
I would say like maybe 10ish even. Okay, that's my guess, but okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, that's in Pittsburgh at the
But we're playing that
February.
night before
the
in
night before. We're at
Columbus. We're on Ace at Cups opening for Murphy's Law.
Oh, nice.
And then we're doing that Pittsburgh Penn Brewery show. And then after that, we go to Beachland Tavern. And then
Oh, in Cleveland?
yeah,
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I've been there. That's a cool venue.
yeah, we're bringing Pittsburgh's Rattle Bones
Yeah.
to the gig.
Oh, cool.
So they'll be with us. We're playing.
Yeah, I know those guys well.
It was going to be 3, but the whole Ace of Cups show came and derailed that because we were going to play in Columbus with Rattlebones, but the competing show was Ace of Cups, and
Oh, gotcha.
that would be a long way to drive for them. We would be playing for nobody because everybody would be at Murphy's Law.
Right. Yeah.
So we shifted gears on that. Then in August, we're playing Milwaukee on August 6th with
Oh,
our good
nice.
friends Wanda Chrome and the Leather Pharaohs. Then we're playing in Minneapolis at the Zen Arcade with Bad Idea, Cobra Jets, and God, the lineup changed so many times. Tommy, a band called Tommy. They're
Oh, okay.
3 Minneapolis bands. I kind of found those guys on Bandcamp by accident, and I was kind of impressed.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a small world in the punk scene. I had a young band from Minneapolis staying at my house when they played a gig. So I called them. I'm like, this band Tommy? And they're like, oh yeah, we're playing with them in Memphis right now. I was like, well, tell them that they should play with us in Minneapolis. And they
Yeah,
did.
that's cool.
nice.
And then we're playing in Green Bay on August 8th at UFO Records. Then in August 9th in Dayton.
You guys are really busy.
Yeah. And then we've got we're opening for Dennis Tech from Radio Birdman at the Fuzz Fest in Ann Arbor on August 23rd.
Wow.
The next weekend, I don't know the exact date, we're
30th.
Dennis Tech, the 30th at Hamtramck Labor Day Fest. It's something the Strains have been doing for 5 years.
Oh, cool.
A lot of fun.
You guys have a very busy play schedule. Even if it's just the weekends, you're all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the big one's coming in. We got a big one coming in November, and then we're playing the West Coast in December. 10
Right.
days respectively at each part of the country. And we'll be with Rattlebones again, I think, in Pittsburgh. I was just
Mhm.
talking to Tom. We were looking at Tuesday. We don't have it solidified yet, but I was talking to him
Oh,
about it.
okay. Well, we'll also be back potentially. I don't know if the Pittsburgh show is solidified yet, but we're doing a 3-day run with 9 Pound Hammer. We know we definitely are going to be in the Youngstown area and then Smalls, but we're looking at
Detroit.
Pittsburgh to do some shows with the Cheats as
Oh,
well.
cool. Yeah, they have Cheats just put out a new album. Their album release is
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
this Saturday. Yeah. So
I've known Todd since the 90s.
yeah?
He had his old band was in Europe. I used to live in Europe, and
Eviction,
it was Silver Tongue
Silver Tongue
Devil.
Devils. Okay.
So they were in Europe, and we opened a couple shows for them, and it was wild. Those
Yeah.
guys were crazy.
We know them real well. Yeah. In fact, Todd's, for whatever reason, for the last few years, there's always been a Cheats show, like right around my birthday in March. So,
Perfect.
and I'm like, oh, the Cheats are playing on my birthday. I've had a lot of birthdays, Cheats, which is completely fine with me. It was all fun. So, little punk rock birthday thing. So,
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's
right?
the best way. That's the
yeah, it
best
was
way
really,
to
it's
say.
all been fun and memorable. So, and there's pictures. So, But okay, well, I think that's all I have for you guys. If there's anything else you guys want to add before we go, and if not, then we will air this. We'll air this the audio that Wednesday before the 4th of July. So
Oh,
like
great.
it coincides with your gig. So
Thank you.
All we got to say is come to Penn Brewery.
yeah, well, if you're gonna be later, that might actually work because I have to be somewhere earlier. So I'm gonna try to make that work. So if you're later, that'll be easier because everybody was trying. I think everyone will be leaving the city from the fireworks and we'll be coming in, so it might work out. So
Perfect.
Nice.
all right, guys. Well, have a great night. I hope to
Thank
see you
you.
soon, and best of luck with your new album.
Thank you. We
you.
appreciate you doing this for us too.
Absolutely, my pleasure. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.